hang up. Aren't you awful prickly for an empath? I don't like phone calls. Were those cars Reece was hearing? A highway, perhaps? The deep drawl rolled through the phone like a lazy river. Evan Grayson. The hairs on the back of Reece's neck rose. He knew that name from somewhere, like the echo of a dream that had vanished in the daylight. Should I care? More importantly, are you driving right now? There was a pause. I knew it, said Reece. You shouldn't talk on the phone when you're behind the wheel. It's dangerous for you and everyone else on the road. That's not more important than my name. Yes, it is. Cell phones cause 1 out of every 4 car crashes in the U.S. You've got no idea who I am, Grayson said. And the empath priorities of a Care Bear. Just doing my part to keep the streets safer. Somebody should, and it's obviously not going to be you. Reece sat back down on the dry side of the booth. He was still being watched by the waitress, but then she'd had eyes on him since he came in. More specifically, she'd had eyes on his gloves, and it wasn't the stare of someone wanting a phone number from the short, skinny guy covered in juice. He lowered his voice. So, Evan Grayson, what do you want? Are you sitting down? Dancing, actually. I can't contain my joy that I'm party to your 4 a.m. reckless endangerment. Tell me you're sitting. Sitting? Reece glanced out at the droplet street window at the dark street beyond, where a liquor store's neon signs illuminated the flecks of sleet in the falling rain. Even stripped by the phone, the out-of-place accent was a shot of unexpected warmth against the freezing November night. And Reece's defenses were apparently cold traitors, because he found himself answering instead of hanging up. Yes, I'm sitting. There's been a murder. Reece fumbled the phone. He seized it in both hands before it could fall. He clutched it too tightly, clenching his teeth. Grayson's voice floated up from the speaker, tinny and distant. Did you drop your phone? Reece put it back to his ear. No, he lied. Now you know why you needed to sit. I'm used to empath pacifism. Most of y'all don't even like that word. Reece took a hard breath, blew it out. He couldn't make out a single emotion in that drawl, and had no idea if he was being mocked. So why tell me about it? He said tightly, trying to shove away encroaching thoughts of human cruelty, of pain and suffering beyond his help. Because this murder is going to be the biggest case of Detective St. James' career, and she's got nothing. Reece's stomach dropped. Nothing? No leads, no theories, no clues. The city's not going to take her failure well. You might know what an unhappy press is like. He swallowed hard. He knew exactly how unforgiving the press could be, and the thought that the news might drag Jamie through that same mud. But no, she wasn't a fool who ran her mouth like him, and there was no better person to solve a major crime. If there's something to find, she'll find it. Unless finding it would take an ability she doesn't have. An ability only a handful of folks with delicate ears have. Pretty sure you know where I'm going with this. What I know, Reece said, freehand balling into a gloved fist, is that Jamie would call me if she needed an empath. For a petty theft, sure. Grand larceny, even, assuming no one got scratched. But the way I hear it, Detective St. James would take a bullet before she called her precious baby brother to a homicide. Reece tightened his jaw. I would help her with anything. That's why I called. She's at the Orca's Gate Marina. And Grayson hung up. Reece stared at his phone in disbelief, then slapped it down on the table with a huff. He didn't know Evan Grayson from the president. He could be a bully, wanting to ridicule the empath aversion to violence.